Hey everybody, I'm Jack Reedy with Future Pastimes, and I'm a board game designer on Dune-themed games and expansions for the classic Dune board game, the 2019 edition, all from Gale Force 9. And in this video, I wanted to talk about my custom spice deck for Dune. So I have a couple of different playmats that I've made for Dune. One of them is extra giant, but another one is, while it's still big, it's bigger than the board. It is based on the design from Dune Conquest. So that board, of course, is based on the original Dune board game, but it has a different look and it has more territories where spice blows can occur. So I like the look and feel of that particular board, and I like the idea of a couple of extra territories with spice blows. So I made a deck of spice cards to go with it, but one of the things that I did was I made each card a double spice blow. So I like to play with advanced rules, so I'm going to have 2 spice blows, but now there's only 1 discard pile because you're getting both spice blows on 1 card. And this is something that we implemented in Dune Conquest. So that's a shorter game, slightly different version of Dune, much compressed and sped up. But each turn, there's 1 spice card that gives you 2 spice blows on that particular board. So here we're going to have 1 discard pile with the double spice blow. And this is going to have a couple of different effects on the game. So I'm going to do a little comparison here on the look. So you can see that this is the classic Dune spice card. And that's what the board basically looks like. This is the board for my version, which is what the board looks like in Dune Conquest. So it's got a little more flavor and texture to it, which I like. I really love what Gale Force 9 did with that. And so I've put the amount of spice and the sector as well on there. And the spice card, here you have the name of the territory. I put the territories down in the subbing, so it's just spice blow. And it lets you know on the bottom the territory names and the amount of spice that's on there. So there's no tracking of 2 different discard piles, just the 1. And like I said, there's a couple of different effects. One is that it's actually potentially going to make the Fremen faction a little bit stronger, and here's why. Because there's 2 territories, each time you draw a Shai-Hulud, it explains on the card that it's going to go to both of these territories. So if the Fremen are in either or both of them, they're going to get to ride the worm. Other factions, of course, will have their forces destroyed, and any spice in those territories will be devoured. The other thing is that there are fewer cards overall. So not counting the Sand Trout, which I did make a Sand Trout card for this deck, but there's only 15 cards in the deck overall. With the classic deck, there's 21 cards in there. So you are going to have the Shai-Hulud come up more frequently in the double spice blow deck than you will in the normal deck. The other interesting thing is that there's only 9 of these territories cards. So it's a double territory. So if you go a 10-turn game, you will have to reshuffle at the end. But there's no repeats of the territories. So we do have repeated territories and a much larger spice deck in Dune Conquest. And because it is only a 5-turn game, you could have 5 turns with no worms. But you're definitely going to have some worms showing up more regularly than you would in the other game, or other version of this game. So I like that as well. And the other interesting thing, of course, is that the Atreides movement advantage, which is their spice blow prescience, is a little bit more impactful because now they're going to get to see that there are 2 locations where spice blows will occur. And of course, if they do see that there's going to be a worm, well, they know that it's going to affect both of those territories that are on the top of the discard pile. But this gives them a couple of options. There's like, you know what, I am going to move my forces down here and go after that spice that I know is coming. Or if I know that there's a sandworm coming, then I know it's affecting both of them. They're not having to worry about a second discard pile that they never get to have any information about. So here, there's only 1 discard pile. So it does make their prescience a little bit more impactful than it would be otherwise. And that's basically it. It's a lot of fun. I like it. There's a little slightly less clutter on the table with one discard pile. Not that that's really much of an issue. So let me know what you think of this idea of a special deck of cards that has the double spice blows. It really is only going to work if you've got that board as well that has those territories. So, I could certainly make these available, but it won't make a lot of sense unless you've got, the same playmat or board or what have you. But, let me know about that. And that's it for this video. So if you got any questions, let me know. Give me your comments. That's it for this one. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again soon.